started on a master's in health science, first of all, and I completed that. But at the end of my course, when we were trying to determine what to do for my thesis, it was at the same time that I was having my son in '97. And when I had my son, a chaplain visited me in Hartford Hospital, and he said, I'm a chaplain. And I immediately told him, it's okay, I'm fine, I'm actually Muslim. To which he said, we are here for everybody. But I didn't realize until that point that chaplains were there for everybody. And I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be a great idea to have Muslims visit Muslim patients? And that was my first exposure to chaplaincy. So I had my son in 1997, and all was well. I was very, very happy. I was a new mother. I had 2 children, and we moved into a new home. And it was really, it was great. We were living the American dream. And then 9/11 happened. And it was a huge blow to the nation, but doubly for my community, because we were linked to the perpetrators of this horrible, horrendous crime. About a week after I had this, self-imposed house arrest, I opened the fridge one morning and I realized that we had run out of milk. And so I was, a little bit perturbed because my kids were avid milk drinkers. And so I decided to, I told my mom, I'm going to, go to Stop and Shop. Please take care of the kids and I'll be back as soon as I can. I remember getting into the car. I remember driving to Stop and Shop. And I remember getting out of the car and, sort of having that feeling of a guilt by association. I felt that, many people were looking at me and thinking, what's she doing here? And I immediately felt a bit of fear. The doors opened and immediately I thought, why is milk always at the back of the store? And I walked towards the freezer area and fridge area, and I opened the doors. And I took these 2 gallons of milk. I thought, at least I should take 2 gallons of milk. I don't want to do this again. And I turned to go toward the counter. And as I did so, I realized that there was this woman who was staring at me very, very, very intently. And I felt fear. She kind of just focused on me, and she was in my peripheral vision, so I was kind of aware that she was there. And I kind of quickened my pace to the counter. And as I did so, I realized she started walking towards me. And then I quickened my step even further, and she was right at me. And I basically closed my eyes and I thought, this is the end. And what she did astounded me. She came at me and she gave me this huge hug. And she told me that she was in the store shopping for her neighbor who was a Muslim woman. And she said, I know what your community is going through. If there's anything I can do, let me know. She was there for someone like me, which made all the difference. She had actually gone outside her comfort zone, and she had made the attempt and to meet someone from another faith. And for me, that was such an intense experience. And I thought, we need to do this more. We need to have more dialogue. And I mentioned this to a friend of mine, and I said, we have to meet people at a human level. We tend to be so sort of in different groupings, and we need to get together more. This is a unique place where Muslims, Christians, and people who are from the Jewish faith can come together and dialogue. And it has been such an incredible experience for me. I was able to get my master's in religious studies with the focus of Christian-Muslim relations and Islamic studies. And I was able to get my certificate in Islamic chaplaincy. And since then, the rest is really history. If not for this incredible human being who gave me that hug in Stop and Shop, I would have never had these experiences that I have had since then, focusing on dialogue, focusing on peace building, focusing on being a better human being. So, I'm intensely grateful for her for changing my life.